You know, it's getting hard to be a Sonic fan. It's a bizarre state of affairs in which I have to begrudgingly defend my position every single time something goes horribly wrong. Crappy game? Cartoon where they made Knuckles a giant hulking idiot as opposed to a misunderstood anti-hero? Oh, Matt! I'm tired. So goddamn tired of this. But here we go. My backstory. My parents divorced when I was 2 years old, and as a means of keeping me busy, my mother bought me a Sega Genesis. The North American branch of Sega decided to include their most popular game, much to the chagrin of the main branch in Japan. 1991, Sonic the Hedgehog took Sega from a small company of arcade hits to the biggest rival of the behemoth known as Nintendo. As a result of this move, I had grown up with the character, deciding to get lost in the comic books and watch some atrocious cartoons, let me tell you. Growing up, I saw Sonic as the cool kid in class. Confident, easygoing, driven, a personality a grade schooler could really get behind. On reflection, I now see Sonic the Hedgehog as a younger brother, proud when he succeeds, but also having to stay in the auditorium avoiding eye contact when he does something incredibly cringy. Fast forward to today. The Sonic the Hedgehog movie trailer. I haven't watched the full trailer, but holy crap, you guys have been bombarding me, so it's time to weigh in. So please excuse me while I break my plan of avoiding all media so I could go into the film blindly. Frankly, I would have been more optimistic with this as an animated film. Either anime or full CGI, I haven't quite decided yet. Also, I am aware there are redesigns for Sonic, but I'm not holding my breath. Before you ask, yes, I'm going to go see it and review it. Just gotta find a way to do so that'll be visually stimulating to you without giving me copyright violation warnings. So, Ikimasho. Here we go. Let's start with porn because that's how I balance myself. There's a problem when Shadman's photoshops are more visually appealing than the awful truth that's in front of me. The question I like to ask of those who have seen the trailer, very briefly, is who does this film appeal to? Currently, nostalgia is all the rage, and with the success of the Lego Movie, Wreck-It Ralph, and public interest in a non-Danny DeVito Detective Pikachu, time might seem right to bring attention to Sonic. Sure. There are a lot of decisions that go into a film, though. For example, whether or not you want to actually film something live action or go animated. Here, we're going for a bit of column A and B. In the past, this style was pulled off in the film noir on acid known as Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Why did that work? Well, you can tell that not only are the actors giving it their all, but as a movie-going audience, you can tell when something is a genuine labor of love. I'm not knocking the actors either. Jim Carrey is one of the most expressive actors known to date, both in comedy and drama, while James Marsden proved to me that he's more than capable because of his work in Westworld. When watching the trailer, the movies that it made me think of were Garfield and the Smurfs. I haven't seen either of which, by the way, I'm just comparing the vibe I get from the trailers. Those movies were going for a completely different audience compared to those who grew up with it and subsequently are their fan base. Whereas the Lego Movie attempted to appeal to as many people as possible, and Wreck-It Ralph grabbed both kids and adults who enjoy video games, Sonic has an identity crisis right now. The trailer's vibe is for young children, yet showcases music they didn't grow up with, and as everyone on the internet has said thus far, their portrayal of the character looks absolutely nothing like, well, anything Sega has approved. And that's saying something, folks. You ever read a history of Sonic the Hedgehog? A scrapped origin story for him was that he played in a rock band and had a human girlfriend called Madonna. The Sonic the Hedgehog trailer feels like it lacks artistic passion. Hell, calling it corporate art feels like a stretch. What it is simply greed.
Blaze, at the heart of this attack is greed itself.
An attempt to cash in while nostalgia for the 90s is apparently in high demand. I guess. This trailer didn't just wind up in the uncanny valley, it went through the guardrail and took my optimism with it. It feels like a movie that's just going to be a train wreck. And I really wish it wasn't. I'm Sonic MTD, and that's my honest opinion. This video was proudly supported by Unsung Heroes of Patreon.